coming?
Yeah,
No.
poor thing.
No.
All right,
10:03.
we're ready.
All right. Beginning meeting of May 28th.
My goodness. May 28th. Already.
Is it the 28th?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that screwed
Goes
us
by really fast.
All right, first up is you.
Approval of the minutes first.
Oh, minutes, okay.
Yep, those
like
are
to-
of April 23rd.
Yeah, I'd like to accept the April minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Okay, so we have hired a nutrition aide. Her name is Aaliyah. She has started as of May 9th. So knock on wood, our kitchen is fully staffed with a coordinator, an assistant, and the aide. We did
have
have
a lot of people. Are they good? Or?
We had 5 folks interview.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
yep.
amazing.
And Aaliyah has actually volunteered for us in the past, so she was familiar with the program, which was wonderful. And yeah, it was good.
Oh.
Yep. We did have one fill-in Meals on Wheels driver resignation, so we're going to post for some more because right now we only have 2 that we can choose from in the event that we need one. So we're going to look for some more. For April, I'm just going to post For April, we had 452 congregate meals and over 2,400 home delivered. As a reminder, we are supposed to get 2,058 for home delivered and 416 for congregate, so we're doing great.
Great.
March outreach numbers, we had 72 clients come in for 99 service units. They did 45 office visits. And I'm just noticing here that I did not put in the breakdown, so I apologize for that. The webinars, they did an MCOA membership meeting, they did FMLA, and federal policies and healthcare. So, riveting stuff. Supporter services, we did 121 clients for 147 units of service. Mobile food pantry is still high. Medical equipment was a little bit lower this month, so we handed out 15 pieces of equipment that would result in about $810 of savings. So not too bad, but we've had higher. Transportation, we had 95 rides in the month of April to 30 clients. The majority of them were here to the senior center. And then our Title 3B grant, which we are going through very quickly, we did 35 rides for 19 clients. So we will continue with that program even if the grant money runs out, which I expect will happen before the September date. Recreation, huge month, 265 clients for over 1,000 units of service, which is wonderful. I mean, Healthy Bones and Balance, I know that it's
Great.
4 times a week, but I mean, we had 233 units of service during March, which is wonderful. Ukulele is up, 49 people. So that's great.
Please
Yeah.
come along
You're
and
gonna-
sing with us.
You're gonna have an orchestra.
I know. At
Pretty
this
soon.
point, we have music, and there's another music group that started
Yeah.
this in May. So you'll be seeing those numbers shortly.
What's that?
It's a women's group. Then they just
Acapella group.
they
Yeah,
just get together and sing.
It's we have about, usually about 9, sometimes 10.
Yeah,
And
Oh, me.
it's great.
yeah, if you stand in the hallway, it's very good acoustics, you sound pretty good.
See, perfect. So musical here.
They picked me out.
And then watercolor, we had 38. So. All good things. The specialty activities in April, we did future planning with beers and stories. We had the FBI and the Belchertown police here for a scam presentation, and then there was a fall risk presentation that took place. And then one of our wellness workshops was the hearing aid clinic where they come in and they'll check them and clean and do small repairs, that kind of thing. Volunteer hours are up, 549. We had 42 volunteers, which is wonderful. Thrift store, 182 hours. Great things. I put down Title III grants under other. I don't have too much information on that yet. I did submit our letters of intent. I do know that Greater Springfield, which is West Mass's sister agency, has suspended their Title IIIB grants pending any more information I think they're under the impression that they probably won't get any, or if some, very little funding. They are, this is Greater Springfield, they are keeping their Title IIIC, which is nutrition, level funded. So if that's the case, and if West Mass follows suit, we will be level
B
funded.
does what? Again,
Bees
I'm sorry.
transportation.
You
That's
told me
okay.
50 times.
Nope,
Okay.
bees transportation.
Okay.
So we will see. If we don't get any B money, if we don't get any Title III money for transportation, we would still be able to run the program because we do have funding sources from other places. It may mean capping rides per month. We'd have to look at the numbers and see what we could afford. Because we're in the hole in that.
How much do you charge? You charge anything?
We don't charge anything.
We don't charge
And we don't
anything.
have to, we cannot charge because
'cause
it's
you're
Title
taking
IIIB.
advance.
Yep. So, if we don't get any Title IIIB money and we're just running it as a program, we would have to charge. And if you guys remember a while back, we looked at what it would cost to go to certain places. And I can get that chart again because it's fairly expensive. I think we did a minimum of 2 hours, and then we did a minimum of 30 miles, and I mean, a ride could cost anywhere between, $35 to I think like $85.
Because
So-
of time, they gotta stay there, right?
They do stay
hang around,
there,
they do
correct.
things, Yeah.
Yep.
so-
Yeah, so if your appointment takes 4 hours, we're
Yeah.
paying the driver 4 hours,
Yeah.
we're paying the mileage.
Yeah.
Right. So that's something we can look at if we don't get any money. Nobody has any information yet. That's where we
Is
are.
that federal?
It is
We're
federal.
talking about that kind of federal
Yep.
money?
Yep.
But
So we'll see.
last year, didn't we have the opportunity then, when Title III ran out, there was another transportation?
Yeah, so we still have what we call our revolving transportation.
Right,
So
yeah.
anyone who makes donations, any of our van fees, that will go into that account. So at the end of the year, when Title III, which is called medical transportation, is in the negative, we can move expenses into that revolving account. If that revolving account goes to nothing, then we don't have any money. We can look at federal, formula grant money. We would look at cost,
How much is in there now? For a while?
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the ones that we don't have on here, but I can tell you.
Sorry.
It's not great. Off the top of my head, maybe $12,000, maybe. So, but as you can see right now, if you look on the medical transportation, we're negative 6,000 already.
Already.
And that's still with grant money. Yep. Because the grant money never covers each month what the expenses and the mileage are for the medical transportation program. And it's not supposed to. It's just supposed to be a help. So. Upcoming, we do have line dancing that will be starting. It's going to be a 4-week beginner course. The Swift River students are coming to sing. We will have a medication safety program. And then the Cultural Council has sponsored a Life with Bill, a new model for aging presentation. We will be having our Pride celebration for our Rainbow group in June. June 11th is our landscapers are going to be doing an informational session. So if you're like me and have no idea how to garden, they will answer all your questions because
It looks pretty.
it does. They are
They did a
very
good job.
knowledgeable.
They did a great job.
They do,
All around them, so welcome.
right? Lifeline we'll be doing a presentation. We were starting our art in the afternoon series. We had the watercolor. Well, we're going to be doing rock painting. And then our June big event will be the sock hop with the doo-wop guys who, normally they'll sing, we'll have lunch, people go home. They're going to sing and stay. So it's like a 2-hour performance. We'll dance, eat, dance, whatever.
Wow, question.
Yes.
Also on June 27th
Yep.
is the energy workshop that Lubo will
Oh,
be
fantastic.
presenting. My only question basically is, will there be fewer here or there because they're at the same time? I think her energy session starts at 11 o'clock, and I'm assuming most people would be in the cafeteria or outside if they're having a
Yeah.
barbecue type of
Yep.
activity?
So the sock hop, I believe the doors open at 10:15 and probably will start at, let's see. I don't know if the energy folks attend the large parties. Try to see if there's a time here.
Because I know we had.
11 to 1.
Yeah, we had
Mhm.
originally moved the Tai Chi up to 10 o'clock because
Mhm.
there were members of the Tai Chi program that did want to take part in
Got it.
either lunches or special activities at lunchtime.
Mhm.
And so I didn't know if at some future point, for example, in June,
Mhm.
if we know something big is coming along,
Mhm.
is it possible to have that information so things aren't scheduled back to back like this one happens to be,
Yeah.
for down the road?
Yeah. Stephanie has her large parties planned in advance. So she will have those times as well as the dates.
And she also is starting to put,
Excuse me.
take a look at the next month.
Mhm,
thing,
yep.
So it's a little preview.
Yeah, there's a little
Yeah.
up down.
Yeah. I just think, if somebody wants to do both, it's
Of
just
course.
kind of
Yep.
running in,
I think
running out.
that's, to be honest with you, I think it's a great dilemma to have
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
now
seriously.
we've been really
Yep.
trying to push in terms of the 1 o'clock or 12:30 start and have
Yeah.
afternoon programming, which is really kind of taken
Mhm.
off. So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of a nice dilemma in some ways,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So.
I agree. So that's it for upcoming. I do know that in July, the association is going to be having a fundraising comedy event here. So I'll have more information on that at the next meeting. But that's it for me.
I move to accept the minutes.
Second.
All right.
All in favor?
Yep.
That's right. Newsletters out.
Newsletter.
June, is it June?
June's, yes.
June.
Yes. Yep, it is. Yep. So the next, let's see, I will talk about the BSCCA. Their meeting was on May 6th. Officially, the McCarthy's fundraiser made $2,016. So that's wonderful. Yeah. It's a lot of money. The travel club has all their trips posted for the year. Roseanne said that she was working on Christmas. Sorry, I have to say Christmas out loud.
Can't get the dates yet,
Okay,
not till July.
got it. I believe that they're going to be looking for new officers. I don't think anyone has volunteered to be a new officer, but that will be at their next meeting because that's their annual meeting. I think that was it for them. Yeah. BSCCA. Lisa's not here. Did you guys receive her response?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So that was that at town meeting, there will be a vote on the senior work-off program. I think it's, when I read all the, is it? Yeah,
And the
Yeah.
it is.
veterans one is
Yeah.
Yes,
veterans
and it was
there.
pretty, it was like in the middle of all the articles.
Yep.
So, yes.
I have a
Yeah,
question about
sure.
that. I think I was surprised that it was going to be on
Me too.
the agenda for this meeting.
Mhm.
So if that passes,
Yes.
we still don't have really the structure in place, right?
To the best of my knowledge, I don't know.
So do you think that would fall to the senior center?
Mhm.
Okay, I just wondered about that. And when we talked about it initially, I guess when I first came on, we were kind of taking, or we were going to look at how many volunteers, like how many departments
Right.
would be able to have volunteers,
Mhm.
because some departments, some of the information is probably not open and privy to
Right.
some volunteers or,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. So do we have a number in terms of how many we could serve? We don't have that. No.
Does that, how did the other towns do it? They go by how much money they can absorb losing, or how did they plan? 'Cause you said Amherst had a certain amount. Some
Yeah,
said they're all
I
different.
think Belchertown said $1,500
Yeah,
off
okay,
the
and-
taxes.
Okay, and then
I think.
Everyone had a different number of people too, right? Didn't
Yes,
they?
you have different
How do
number of
you-
slots.
how
I
do
don't
you-
know,
Is that state or is that?
no, I think
No.
you can, as a town, decide how many slots you want to open up.
How much you can absorb.
Exactly.
Make
And
a
what you
loss.
Right.
Right, so I know that when we were in the initial stages of talking about this, it was looking at 5 senior slots, 5 veteran slots. So we'd have a total of 10.
So if the veterans one goes through,
Yep.
they'll get theirs, they're separate line items. so,
Right.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. I know the school had a few volunteer opportunities. I think the library had a couple volunteer opportunities. I know in other towns, animal control is used, Parks and Rec is used. So yes, I am suspecting that it would be a few meetings to determine those questions.
And also probably the cap, because 1,500 is good. I just don't understand in terms of the the conversation, the lively conversation around the override, the 2.5 override, and then to say, well, okay, but then this is like potentially like $15,000 that would be not really
That's what,
not there for property taxes, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I was
I
surprised
just,
too.
I think it's, personally, I guess I think it's unfair for the, for the program, because I think it's a great program. But it would just seem, timing wise, it's unfortunate. So I guess, is there, if it is defeated, is there a way to then, the next meeting, be able to reintroduce it?
Next year.
I think it would be,
Yeah,
I think it would be
right.
next year, because then you'd have to vote in the town meeting.
Yeah, I was surprised when she said it too. I
Yeah, I just,
also learned that.
I mean, I hope one of them, veterans can,
She said this is an override, it's gonna be every year. She said it.
No, we're talking
No,
about
we're talking
the
about
program
the work
itself.
program.
The work
The
program.
tax override.
Right.
She said that's gonna be ongoing.
That'd just be
Right.
your new
that'll
rate.
be,
Right,
it'll be
right.
just the new.
But what we're
rate.
saying is, we're telling the people we need an override,
Yep.
but we're taking, what'd you say, like
Right.
$15,000 out of the budget. We
Potentially,
don't have
right.
enough money.
Potentially,
The fact that it
It's a
is
tough time.
ongoing, that people aren't gonna like it next year either. So if it fails this year, it would be out next year.
Maybe, you never know, and see how we are fiscally, hopefully.
Well, that's what the town meeting is, to decide of the override monies, where they're going to be allocated.
Well,
So
this isn't in that, this isn't.
That's not, no, this doesn't have anything to
separate.
do with Proposition
No.
2.5.
No,
I
This
think
is
it's
just
It's not a
separate.
program yet.
Right, this is,
Nothing
they're
to do.
introducing, the town
Yeah.
is introducing this
Right.
program
Yeah.
as something they want to get off the ground and running.
yeah.
Well, I guess they would have to budget for it, though.
And who knows when it would take effect? It could be next year, depending on getting
True.
things together, it's
Right.
a lot of work.
Yeah, because there are time requirements, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, other I know that other towns, the cap is 800, so that, you could almost double your numbers, right?
Yeah,
If we had work to be done, but.
Right.
Now, is there, in the other towns, is there an income,
Yes.
like, how much, do you know what that, we set our own?
you can set your own.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so you have to be, yep. And there's quite a few stipulations too. One of them was, you can't already be in, default of your taxes. You have to be up to date. Yep, there's an income, there's an age, obviously, so. And really, we have to make sure that people are able to do the
job,
work.
yeah.
Yep, and can fill their,
How do you do
however many
that?
hours.
I mean, you're gonna screen them?
Yep,
Yeah,
Okay.
There will be an
Like doing
application
assessment?
process.
right.
oh yeah.
Some have, yeah, some other towns also do an interview in terms
Oh,
of
yes.
just looking at, I
Yeah.
mean, they really do deal with it and handle it as kind of like a job.
Like a
interview,
job.
because they
Right.
know that, it's gonna be
Well, cognitively, they have to be
Yeah,
able,
and less
physically,
money
they have
in
to be
terms
able
of
to do whatever.
coming into the town
Right.
elsewhere, but they're getting services that maybe could not be filled if you didn't have the volunteers. So it's a great program. I just think that timing wise, I think it's just stupid.
It's really unfortunate, yeah.
That was it for me. I don't have any old business, I don't have any new business.
Anything new with the pickleballs?
Yeah,
down there?
that's
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
good to be in my mind.
look at that.
So I talked to Kyle the other day.
Yep,
And Chestnut courts aren't gonna be available till after July 4th.
okay,
They're doing some new treatment to it. I didn't quite understand what they're doing. The Chestnut gym courts
Yep.
are available any morning in the summer. They use it late afternoon for pickup from camp, I guess. So all we have to do when we decide is to call Kyle and he'll help set it
okay.
up.
You said morning?
Mornings.
Okay.
So I don't know if we wanna push it after July or do it sometime, we have to decide what we
Yeah.
wanna do. You wanna talk to Stephanie?
I'll talk to Stephanie.
See.
My thought now is if it's after July, I almost want to go maybe into September.
Yeah, we can
Because
do
I don't
that.
want people
It's gonna
passing
be
out in the
hot.
courts if it's
Yeah.
hot. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all we
I
need.
mean, we could go in the gym, but it's nice outside.
It is,
Yeah, it's nice
yeah,
outside.
okay, all right.
All right. We'll get there.
Oh, I'm not worried.
I'll
Yep,
let
we will.
Wilbur know what's going on.
Yep. It's so funny how prevalent it is. I went to, over the weekend, I went to the outlets at Foxwoods Casino, and they have in their outlet section a pickleball court, like inside. It's just so strange. You're like, you go past Gap, then there's the pickleball, and then there's like Adidas, and you're like, it's so strange.
Yeah, they're in a bunch of malls. And
Yeah.
Natick started it, but it's expensive.
Oh, okay.
Expensive.
Yeah.
They have one over in Sturbridge that
They're supposed
they took all of the JCPenney store and have now,
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they do. They
That's
put,
what they did at that
oh,
store?
you have locker
Yeah.
rooms, you have,
Yeah.
they have,
Yeah.
bars, some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Food, but they're quite pricey.
Wow.
They were talking about Holyoke Mall doing that, so I don't know.
Oh, I think it's coming. Yes, I
Downstairs by
Oh,
where,
yeah, I did see that.
where
Yep.
I was
the,
there the other
what's the
day.
name, Burlington?
Burlington,
was?
yes,
Down there,
yes.
which is, keeps it separated out.
Yep.
You go
And there's one in
back door.
Westfield too, outside.
The
It used to be
outside.
Bonton.
Oh, yeah, yeah, right in that mall.
Yep.
Huh?
yeah, there's an
Yep.
indoor one someplace in Ludlow too. I don't know
There's
where.
the Ludlow Tennis Club that does it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot, but it can get pricey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some of them charge like $30 an hour. when you're talking.
Ah,
Wow.
Yeah, they can be expensive.
Huh.
So I was trying to find cheap
We're on the wrong
places.
Have you like the program survey? I know that, we talked about that last month.
I think Stephanie is doing that, and we have a focus meeting tomorrow
Tomorrow.
at
Mhm.
2 to update in terms of numbers, and then also just to see where we are with that.
I'm in the midst of doing our Title III monitoring reports, so I'll have survey information too on our home delivered congregate and medical transportation programs.
Jess, I have a question.
Yeah.
With the tag sale
Yep.
and the senior center being kind of the recipient of that,
Yeah.
do you have, does it make sense to have some idea of where that money is gonna go? Like, so if we think that maybe the funding for Title 3B
Yep.
is not gonna be there, then maybe, or is that gonna just be in revolving, or do you think that you're gonna earmark it for something?
You know, whenever we get like a large amount of money, always our first instinct is to put it in nutrition, because that program also runs, historically into the red, and then we have to shore it up, and our association is really good about giving us money. So, but with the Title III money, which would still be in, if we are to receive the money after September, after October 1st, it would go into the new fiscal year of that program, which is probably a really good place for it to go. I have no idea how much to expect.
You're signing up for the townwide one?
So the townwide tag sale always picks donor recipient
Oh,
of
I
their,
didn't know that.
yes, of their map sales, and
Yeah.
they're doing a bake sale, and they're doing something else.
And they're doing tents out here.
They are doing,
this
yes,
year.
yep. So the senior center this year is that recipient.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah.
I'll tell the church.
So
people
when
that.
flyers will start to go, I haven't received anything yet, but flyers will go into the store for people when they purchase items, they'll put the flyer in. We are gonna be, they're gonna come here and sell maps before the event. It's gonna take place in August.
Right.
And the maps will,
If tag sale is August?
yes, yep, tag sales August.
Before ours,
Just
yeah.
before Snick. Oh,
Yeah.
Fun. Well, so folks who do not want to be put on the home map can come at the fields across here and set up for the
Right.
weekend.
And it's double the price, so you can be out here with a tent for $50,
Or it's 25.
or it's $25 at home.
$25 where?
They're
At
not
home.
doing rain.
Like if you want to
They
be on the
do.
map.
Oh,
But last
okay.
year, a whole lot of
It's a
folks
nightmare.
were
Yep.
on the map, but they
Okay.
happened to be in the same neighborhood as someone who did. So people did really well, but,
That's great, I didn't know you
Yeah.
were doing that.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, so as soon as I get more information, I will pass it along, but yes, I think Title III is probably the way to go. And the advisory group on our Title III grants, they meet, and again, none of this matters until we find out from the federal government if we even have the money. I mean, we can say, oh yeah, please apply for the full amount, but we don't know yet if there's a full amount available. So we hope for the best and expect the worst. I mean, that's,
Plan, yeah.
yep, yep.
So any of the old business,
I think we did the whole
I
business.
think
Yeah.
that was it.
in the new business.
Yeah, that was it. I don't have any new business.
So, I'm impressed with the makeup of this board. It seems like everybody has real input, real, basically pad of paper, except me. Yes.
Maureen has involved.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think it's great. And Nancy would have been here except her.
Poor thing.
I know.
What happened?
She fell.
That's the worst. Shoulder or fingers are the worst
In
fractures.
her dominant arm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
yeah.
It takes forever.
I know. Well, on that note, our next meeting is June 25th.
And,
I will not be here.
Okay.
I know already.
All right.
I'm
My
gonna tell you up front, I won't be here in July.
Okay. So
It's the
no.
24th, so I won't be.
June
Won't be
4th.
here the 25th.
Diane.
I'll be thinking of you.
No.
Oh, no, you don't.
Not one iota. No.
Yes.
It's gonna be
August we're off. Yep.
I hope so.
Yep. August we are off.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to report that when people are on vacation or can't make a meeting, we do have enough to continue with it. That's not in
Yeah,
question
it wasn't
anymore,
like
which
that.
is nice.
It used to be
Because it used to
a lot
be.
worse.
It was, yes. Yep.
So should I move to close the meeting? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All in favor? Aye.
Great.
Oh. Have a good start to summer, everybody.
I know. Let's hope.